Hello friends, welcome to Marsha Creatives, and today we're going to learn about layers in Photoshop. So before we continue, ensure you subscribe to this YouTube channel for more informative content. So I have my artboard right here, and my layers usually appears on your bottom right. If you do not have the layers panel here, just come to your window and locate layers. Here it is, ensure it's checked. Then you'll get your windows on your you'll get your layers panel on your workspace. So layers usually appear here from the bottommost layer to the topmost layer. So I'm going to create a new artboard so that I'm going to show you how to work with layers. So come to file, I'm going to create a new document, file, new, and I'm going to create 1280 by 720. Yeah, I'm going to create that. That's a new project. So your projects usually appear on the taskbar on top here. So this is my new project that has only one layer. This is the background layer. The background layer usually comes when it's locked. As you can see, there's this lock icon here. What do I mean by lock? That is, you cannot alter with this background. You cannot change the color. You cannot do anything with this background unless you change it to a normal layer. So if I go back to my recent project, I have my background layer. Then the layer that follows is the rectangle. If I click on it, as you can see, I drew another rectangle to act as my background. Then the next layer is this layer with this gradient, the blue and the white. Then as you can see, there's this layer that has effects inside here. So before we even dive into much details about layers, I want you to understand the layout of the layer panel. So on top here we have this search, the drop down. This enables you to filter. It's a filter that enables you to filter the layers in terms of name, effect, attribute, or smart object, or color. So this is a filter. Then this is the blending mode. You can click on a certain layer and change the blending mode right here without having to go to the style layer. As you can see, if I move around, you can see the layer that I'm on it. It's, let me zoom in so you can be able to see that. Yeah, right there. So I'm on this layer. Let me click on it. Yeah, I'm on that layer. So when I come to my that is my blending option, you can see, yeah, it changes depending on the blending layer that I'm on, the blending effect. So for now it's on normal. Then we have the opacity. The opacity enables you to toggle around using this bar to check on the opacity of the layer. Then we have the fill color. You can control the fill color, as in the fill color, whether you want it to be 100% or maybe 50%, whatever you want. Then below here we have this mask, this first icon here that enables you to link layers. For instance, you want layers to be linked in a certain way so that when you affect one layer, it affects the other one. Then you have to select both layers and link them below here. So this enables you to link layers. Then the next one is the effect. This is an effect layer. It enables you to add layer styles without having to go inside the layers panel. So you can just pick a specific style from here without having to go inside the layer panel and pick it again inside there. So this is the FX resembles the effects. Then next here we have this is the layer mask that enables you to mask objects or to mask certain shapes inside, to mask images inside certain shapes here. Then we have this other one here that enables you to create a new adjustment layer. Then if you need just to create a new layer, you can just click on this and you'll be able to create a new layer. Here you're going to group layers into a certain group. Then this one also enables you to create a new layer. Then at the far end, the far right, that is that symbol is the delete, and that enables you to delete any layer. You just have to select on the layer, then just click on delete, and that layer will be deleted. Then we have these eye symbols that appear here, the eye icons. These eye icons enables you to toggle between the visibility of your layer. For instance, I'm in this layer that I was in. Where is it? I was on that layer, this layer right here. So when I uncheck this eye, the layer appears. So it just toggles between if you want your layer to be visible on the artboard or not. So yeah, it enables you to toggle between the visibility of a certain layer. Then the next thing on layers that you need to understand is the effects. The effects usually appear inside the layer. So as you can see, it's telling you that there's effects, but the effect is the stroke. If inside the effect also you have this toggle visibility icon, whereby you can just check and uncheck the stroke, the effect, specific effect that is in that layer. You can also copy layer styles from one layer to another layer. So let's try and do that. So for instance, my stroke here is not let me change the color of that stroke so that it's visible, because it's this layer, or I can just change the color of that text, yeah, so that when I check in the stroke, yeah, it's white. So you can copy these layers into another, like you can copy these effects into another layer. For instance, I want the same effect stroke to appear on this other text here, in Photoshop, this text. So I want the same stroke size and everything to appear here. Instead of going inside the layer, the style panel, and restyling it again, I'll just check on my layers panel that has the effect that I want, right click, then I'll come to copy layer style. So if I check on copy layer style, then I come to the layer that I want to paste. I'll just right click and paste layer style. So it has been pasted, just that it's not visible because the stroke was white in color. But if I change the stroke of that on my properties, I change the stroke color, let me just go inside the layer style so that I come to stroke. As you can see, it's white, but if I just change to a different color, you can see it has already appeared without having to come all the way inside here. So that's how you copy layers from copy effects from one layer to another. This symbol that appears here, the FX, indicates that this layer contains effects. Okay, this FX indicates that the specific layer that you are on contains effects inside it, of which you can copy the effects. And for instance, for me, I don't want this effect here, so you just right click and clear layer style. So if I clear, that stroke will disappear. So I've cleared all the styles inside that layer. So let me go to our new artboard. So usually when you create a new artboard or a new project, it comes with a white background depending on your settings. Sometimes it comes with black depending on your settings. So for me, it comes with white. Then I can toggle the visibility of this layer, but now I cannot affect or toggle the visibility simply because the layer is locked. So I'm going to drag this text inside this project. So I have this text. Or immediately you drag or add anything here, you'll find that that layer appears here. So for instance, if you want to rename your layers, just double click on this text, then just type, that is my layer 1, then press enter, and you can see you can just rename your layers according to how you want them to be. So if I want to alter or change settings on my background, I have to uncheck this lock. So if I click on it, now it has changed the background to any layer. Like it has changed the background to be able to be altered and add colors and effects and anything. So if I double click on this, I'll be able to alter that background. But before, when it was locked, I couldn't do anything, like you can see. Again, I can lock it. If you want to lock a layer, just click on this lock. So it's locked. Now, if I double click on this, as you can see, could not edit the layer because the layer is locked. So if you lock a layer, you cannot edit that layer. So that's where the locking of layers comes in. Yeah. So that's how you deal with layers. So for instance, if you place objects or layers and you find like, let me do a quick example here. Let me drag this to our new project. So I have this image and I have this text, but if I place, you can see the image is on top of the text. Why? Simply because the layer that contains the text is below the layer that contains the image. So you just have to shift the layers according to how you want them to appear on your artboard. So if I want my text layer to be on top of the image layer, I just click and drag it on top, and that's how I achieve getting a layer on top of another layer. So that's how you arrange your layers. That's how you arrange your layers in Photoshop. So that's it about layers.